Welcome to Bedtime Wisdom Stories.
Story time. The birthday ribbon and the jealous knot. Tara twisted a birthday ribbon around her paw long after the party ended. Her cousin had received the biggest gift, and the knot in her chest would not loosen. Mama sat on the bedside stool and noticed the ribbon growing tighter. Tara said she knew she should be happy, but the gift bag still bothered her. Mama asked which part felt sharpest, the gift, the attention, or the cheering. Tara looked at the ribbon and said it was the cheering. She untied the ribbon slowly and made one loose bow. Mama helped her place the bow on a tiny card for her cousin. Tara drew a small star beside the cousin's name. The jealous knot did not become bad or shameful. It became something she could choose around. She put the card inside the gift bag for tomorrow. The ribbon no longer squeezed her paw. Tara looked at the quiet room and remembered one game from the party that had made her laugh. Mama kissed her forehead and turned the lamp low. The ribbon bow rested on the card while Tara slept without hiding the jealous feeling. Moral of the story: a jealous feeling becomes easier when we name it kindly. Story time. The cracked crayon and the sorry pillow. Leo lay beside the cloud pillow and kept looking at the desk. The cracked crayon sat there in two pieces beside his sister's drawing. Nori had not yelled, but her quiet face stayed in Leo's mind. Leo rolled over and told Papa he had pressed too hard while coloring. Papa asked whether the sorry should wait for morning or be prepared now. Leo climbed out of bed and picked up the two crayon pieces. He taped them together carefully, enough for one more drawing. Then he drew a tiny sun in the corner of Nori's paper. He placed the crayon and picture beside the cloud pillow. Papa helped him write Nori's name on a small note. Leo practiced the apology once, not loudly and not like a joke. The desk looked less like a secret. He returned to bed and touched the cloud pillow with one paw. The sorry was not finished yet, but it had already started. Leo slept while the repaired crayon and apology note waited for morning. Moral of the story: a real sorry can make bedtime lighter. Story time. The sleepover sock and the brave ask. Maya lay on the guest mattress and held one striped sock from her backpack. Everyone else in the room was already breathing softly. The house sounds were different, and Maya missed her own blanket. Cousin Rumi turned over and noticed Maya sitting up. Maya almost said she was fine, but the sock was twisted tight in her paws. She whispered that she needed one small light or she might not sleep. Rumi reached for the turtle lamp and turned it toward the wall. The room filled with a dim green glow, not bright enough to wake everyone. Maya placed the sock beside her pillow like a piece of home. Rumi showed her where the bathroom door was, just in case. Maya thanked him in a voice smaller than usual. The guest room no longer felt like a test she had to pass. She lay down and watched the turtle light make slow shapes. The sock stayed untwisted beside her cheek. Maya slept at the sleepover after asking for the comfort she needed. Moral of the story: asking for comfort is braver than pretending we are fine. Story time. The clock tick and the too busy day. Parker could still feel the busy day racing inside him. The wall clock ticked like it wanted him to hurry even in bed. Papa entered and saw Parker kicking the race car blanket. Parker said the day had too many turns and his head was still running. Papa lifted the clock from the wall and placed it inside the laundry chair cushion. The ticking became softer, like footsteps far away. Parker chose 3 things from the day to park on the nightstand: a pebble, a ticket, and a button. He touched each object once and said where it belonged in the memory. The race car blanket stopped twisting around his legs. Papa asked if the clock should stay muffled until morning. Parker nodded and tucked the blanket under one knee. The day still had many pieces, but they were no longer crashing together. He looked at the 3 objects lined up in order. His breathing slowed between the softer ticks. Parker slept while the busy day rested quietly on the wooden nightstand. Moral of the story: a busy day can end gently when we slow one thing down. Story time. The Broken Shell and the Ocean Dream. Anya held a broken shell from the beach and frowned at its jagged edge. She had wanted to dream about the ocean, but the broken shell made the trip feel ruined. Grandma sat beside the blue wave blanket and opened the bedside tray. She asked Anya what the shell had sounded like before it broke. Anya held it near her ear and heard almost nothing. Then she remembered the real ocean sound from the day: gulls, foam, and her own laugh. Grandma placed the broken shell beside 2 smooth ones. Anya arranged them into a tiny moon shape on the tray. The cracked edge became the bright point of the moon. She stopped trying to make it whole again. Grandma let her choose which shell would sit closest to the pillow. Anya chose the broken one because it had the funniest wave memory. The shell collection looked different, but not spoiled. The blue blanket rose softly as Anya breathed. Anya slept with the broken shell moon glowing on the tray beside her. Moral of the story: a broken treasure can still hold a good memory. Story time. The hallway photo and the missing smile. Zane looked through the doorway at the hallway photo wall. One photo showed Grandpa smiling, and tonight it made Zane's chest ache. Mama sat on the bed and waited for him to speak first. Zane said he liked the photo, but did not like how much he missed Grandpa. Mama brought the frame closer and placed it on the night table. Zane touched the corner of the picture, where Grandpa held a kite string. He told one kite story he remembered clearly. Mama laughed softly at the part where the kite dipped into the bushes. Zane's sadness did not vanish, but it sat beside the funny memory instead of covering it. He chose to keep the photo on the table for one night. Mama dimmed the door light so the frame still caught a warm edge. Zane looked at Grandpa's smile without turning away. He whispered good night to the photo, not because it answered, but because he wanted to. The green blanket felt heavy and kind around him. Zane slept with the hallway photo resting safely on the night table. Moral of the story: when a memory hurts, we can keep the love and let the sadness rest. Story time. The Firefly Jar and the Too Bright Night. Mira loved the firefly jar until bedtime made it look too bright. The little lights jumped across the ceiling like tiny running feet. Mama came in and found Mira blinking instead of resting. Mira said she wanted the fireflies close, but not dancing over her eyes. Mama brought a thin green scarf from the chair. Mira wrapped the scarf once around the jar, leaving holes for air. The ceiling dots softened into slow, sleepy specks. Mira moved the jar from the pillow side to the bedside crate. The room kept its friendly glow, without feeling busy. Mama let Mira choose one firefly to watch through the cloth. Mira picked the slowest one and followed its tiny circle. Her paws stopped pulling at the blanket edge. The jar no longer felt like a party in the room. Mama kissed her forehead and left the door open a finger width. The softened firefly jar glowed on the crate while Myra's eyes finally closed. Moral of the story: sometimes comfort means making the light gentle, not bigger. Story time. The Story Stone and the Unfinished Ending. Owen held the smooth story stone after Papa stopped reading. The adventure had ended before the prince crossed the bridge. Owen felt the unfinished ending tug at him under the wool blanket. He asked if they could read just 5 more pages. Papa pointed to the moon shelf, where special things waited overnight. Owen pressed the story stone to his cheek and frowned. Papa asked Owen to tell the bridge what should happen next, just for tonight. Owen whispered that the prince could sleep beside the river until morning. He placed the story stone on the moon shelf like a small guard. The unfinished bridge no longer stretched inside his head. Papa promised the book would open there after breakfast. Owen tucked the blanket under his chin. He imagined the prince resting under a tree, not stuck in danger. The moon shelf held the story stone without rushing the ending. Owen slept while the adventure waited safely for morning. Moral of the story: an unfinished story can wait safely for tomorrow.